Looking for a bleak... Well, it's kind of a bleak tree. Kind of. And it is west. Well, I don't think that's it, though. Kind of a dead end. Where's that smoke coming from? Okay. That kind of looks like a fort, like they're guarding it. That doesn't necessarily look... But it's close to the town. I wonder if they're guards. I just want to get around. How do I get up that way?
Now look at that.
Oh, geez.
Traveler.
They're not nice people. Run, 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 run. Well, I managed to get away. They didn't chase me down, but they're still there. I need to rest and heal myself a little bit, but I also need to find that tree that they were talking about. I wonder, I think it's that way because they said it was to the west, and that's west, but I don't want to go through those bad guys, so let me see if I can skirt them by going around this way. I mean, I haven't figured out what I am. I'm using magic. I'm able to use magic, and I've learned that I can fight a little bit, but that doesn't make me a warrior. And I don't see any point in running into danger if I can get around it. At least until I figured out what my speciality is. I don't think I have one. But let's see if we can get west this way. And wait, what is that? The note showed me the way to a stone tablet at an old shrine on which another riddle was engraved. At the beginning of the current, big stone with a raised bleak tree in the west. Okay, so that's the bleakest tree I've seen. Let's see if we can get up there. Oh! Let's get that. We want that. Well, all of those we can get. Oh, what's this? Quicksilver. Oh, wow. Am I a miner? Look at that. I can mine. Hope I have the room in my backpack for this. Alright, let's see if we can get up this hill to that bleak tree. Oh, I'm stuck. Uh-oh. I'm kind of stuck. There. Increase my jumping skills. Now, that's the bleakest tree I've seen. What am I supposed to do up here? Is there something out here I'm supposed to find? What's that? Oh, there! What's that? Ooh. Iron ore. Okay, I've discovered I'm a looter. Surprise, surprise. Alright, what is this? Some kind of symbol? Well, it's some kind of symbol, but I don't know what it means. What am I to do up here? What is that? More symbols. Ah, what have we here? There's that same symbol right there. Oh, look what I found. The Cold Night. The Apprentice Book Handicraft. And a strongbox. Note to finder and some pennies. 100 pennies. Completed. Find the next mysterious place. Return to Silas. Well, he'll be excited because he was expecting treasure. And we did certainly find some. Well, before we go back to Silas, though, let's see what it is that we found. All right. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at this sword. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Iron sword. Cold Night. It does 4 points of frost damage to health and stamina. Oh, is it better than the mace that I've got? It sure is. Oh, is it a two-hand sword, though? I bet it is a two-hand sword. It is a great sword. I'm not very good with great swords, but that's kind of cool. Okay, so let's see. We also found a note. Let's see if we can look at that note. Note to Finder. Dear Finder, if you read this, it means that you have found my legacy. Whoever you are, take it and use it for a meaningful purpose. I emphasize it again, meaningful. For no value in the world I will leave my hard-earned money to my daughter and her idiotic scheming. B. Leclerc. Okay, so there you go. We've just inherited somebody's inheritance. All right, let's see if I can find an easy way down now that I got up here. And we'll go back and talk to Silas. What's that? Oh, a nern root. No, that's a vern root. A vine root. Wow, that's different. Must be some relative of a nern root. You know what? I do not like the sound that nern roots make. And as I can see, the vine root doesn't sound any better. All right, let's go in and talk to this little boy. He's going to be happy. Maybe he can help his dad with the man with the pointy beard. I wonder if we're going to share 50-50. What's that? Nothing. I need to find some food, get my strength back. There he is. Playing hopscotch, buddy? Silas, you were right. There was treasure at the end of all those clues. A lot of coin.
What? Really? That's awesome! How much was it? I get one half, you get the other.
Sounds fair to me. Well, I'm going to give him the half. He earned it. I wouldn't have any if I hadn't run into him.
Oh, wow. This is so much. Man, you are awesome. Do you know that? Thanks a bunch. I really hope this is enough for the pointy beard man. Come by any time if you want to talk, okay?
All right.
You're a good person, and Mommy always says there are too few.
All right. Thanks, Silas. Well, that was pretty cool. I just made 50 pennies. Now, let's go see if we can find this butler. Alfred the Butler. Ark. Started raining on me. Oh, wow. You're a short little guy. Hello?
Yes?
Hello? I'm new to the city. You have any work?
Work, huh? If you know a thing or two about herbs and the healing arts, you should talk to the mayor. His companion has been sick for moons now. Poor Mathilda. I've never met a woman more generous than her. She doesn't deserve that.
Okay. Any news?
News? Where have you been these past moons? The whole city's talking about nothing else but the Mad Magister. 30 dead novices. Oh, boy. How could something like this happen? Within the Order?
Well, I thought there were only 15. Yeah, well, I'm here to check into that, so thanks for the information. All right, is this Alfred? Alfred!
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm of no consequence, just a traveler. You are Alfred, right? The childhood friend of a man named Yarrow?
Yarrow, this is about his death, isn't it? The rampage?
Yes, it is. So you've heard about it?
Of course, who hasn't? Yarrow was one of us, after all. It is terrible. Simply terrible. You want to hear an old man's opinion, though? I always expected that something like this would happen. Malthus, forgive me for talking about a keeper like that, but it's the truth.
What makes you say that?
Hard to explain, really. Come on, let's find somewhere to sit. It'll be easier to talk that way.
All right, I agree with that. Thanks for your hospitality. Oh, I thought we were going to go inside. It's raining, you know.
Well, Yarrow. That's quite a subject, you know. You were right when you said we were best friends. Our fathers knew each other. For as long as I can remember, Yarrow and I were getting into trouble together. At least, until his mother died.
Not of old age, I assume?
No. Bandits killed her in broad daylight on Penny Road. Today these incidents are common, but not back then. The road was considered safe. Very safe. She was on her way to Ark, accompanied by 3 other women, and they were set upon at the pass. None of them survived.
God, that's horrible.
Yarrow was shattered. I think the worst part was how his father went downhill after his wife's death. The fishery decayed, and the poor guy filled his days with boozing and sleeping. It changed Yarrow forever.
So how exactly did he change?
Well, that's a good question. On the one hand, he became a man, despite his tender age. On the other hand, something inside him woke up, so to speak. A desire to make more of his life. Old Mother Jenica noticed it and took him under her wing. He learned how to read and write, and soon he knew all the holy verses by heart. When he didn't have to help his drunken father, he helped in the village as much as he could.
So he transformed his grief into productivity. Well, at least that's positive.
Indeed, that's one way to look at it. It wasn't long before he was the jewel of the village, the striving young fisherman destined for great things, even though he was only on the path of a manufacturer. And then the inevitable happened. A keeper of the Order came to Riverville to see the prodigy with his own eyes. And behold, in addition to Yarrow's ingenuity, he also had a slumbering magical talent. The keeper took him away, and a few months later, he started his novitiate. Since then, I've only seen him once or twice, as he rarely visited Riverville. I don't think he ever noticed how much that hurt me.
So is it common for somebody on that path to get a chance to become a keeper?
If one of the manufacturers makes it to Sergeant of the Guard, it's reason enough for a bard song. He must have been the first novice in centuries who was not of the sublime path. So yes, it is uncommon. More than that.
What do you mean by always suspected that something would happen?
Oh, it's hard to explain. I believe it was the way he was talking about his grand plans. How he wanted to make the world a better place, to become the greatest keeper since Lorem Waterblade. Underneath all this there was an anger. An anger mixed with deep grief and disappointment. I don't think he was aware of it because he drew all his strength from that anger. The strength to do all this, to learn and to work day and night, but it frightened me, like the Blue Death. It slumbers inside the pathless mage who believes he can master magic without the Order's help. At first, it grants power, but then, one day, it bursts out in an unholy wave of destruction, turning him into one of the monsters in the old songs. Anyway, I'm just an old man. What do I know about these matters? Now let me go to sleep. All these memories are making me weary.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for your help.
Yes, of course.
All right. So we've talked to Alfred, heard his story. Now we need to tell it to Jesper. I'm kind of curious if what happened to that guy might happen to me. I mean, I'm just learning magic, learning that I have it, learning how to use it. Wow. Well, we have one more thing to do. We told Jesper that we would go down to the water. So let's take a look at the map, see where we're at. We're in this village. Mirrored Tower at the Sun Coast, Riverville Market, Old Tunnel. Alright, we have to go... Wow. Well, let's see if we can find the strongbox first and then we'll go talk to Jesper. So we need to go this way here, so let's see if we can find our way down. That way. Alright, we're going the wrong way. Let's go this way. I thought maybe that went around this way, but it doesn't. We need to go back down this way. I hate traveling at night. Which way do we need to go? This way. You know where that little boy took us down to the ocean? Maybe I should go down there and work my way down the shore. I wonder if it might be prudent to pull out a torch. Too bad I couldn't bed down in here. The dog scared me. Does anybody else think this is a silly idea, doing this at night? Mud crab. Is this some kind of camp? Maybe I can find a place to sleep. Nope, just nets. Well, We might as well gather supplies while we're at it. Alright, we're getting close. I think I'm going to find a place to rest and wait till daylight. Kind of scary out here. Well, it's daylight again. I survived the evening. I did get attacked by a mud crab. As you can see, my mace has still got blood on it. I guess I can't complain. I'm still breathing. But other than that, it was a pretty sound night. Oh boy. Need to heal. Okay. Oh man, survived again. I'm either getting luckier or, muscle meat. I'm either getting luckier or better, one of the two. I think it's lucky. Oh, I got my arrow back. He's empty. Well, I'm getting close. Oh, is that my arrow? Need every one of those I can get. Ooh, loot. Okay, now, what am I looking for? Looks like somebody's house here. I'm getting close. It's out here in the water. So how am I supposed to find it? I suppose I should have found out who lived in that house, but... Oh, fishing poles. Oh, wait. What do we have here? There. Let's see what we have. Right there. Yarrow's diary. Alright, so we found a diary. Tell Jesper about Yarrow's life letters. Is it something we can read? Yarrow's diary. First letter. My name is Yarrow Sunwind, and this is my first life letter. Last night, Syrah and I had a lengthy talk about our plans for the future. At one point, Syrah noticed that a lot of visionaries tend to become cynical. The reason being, they lose sight of their goals. These documentations shall record my aspirations. In moments of weakness, I want to read these to remind myself of what is dear to me. Well, This is the first one. Just yesterday, the keeper of the Order from Ark visited the village. And if that weren't enough, he also detected some magic inside of me. Is that even possible? Me, an Arcanist? It's difficult to express my feelings with words. I feel like all my hard work is finally paying off. Interestingly, this arouses a peculiar, somewhat morbid thought. Maybe it is, in some sad way, even good, that my mother passed away. Why? Because it opened my eyes. Now I don't feel anything other than a lack of understanding, and yes, even anger, towards the simpletons of the village, both the children and the adults. Day after day, it is always the same. They get up, they work, and they let themselves be amused by the bards in the evening. Can't they see what's happening with the world? Everything they pass on, should it really be just a brief inscription on a stone? Sarah is different. She understands me. She shares my dream, and if Master Igraze accepts her as an apprentice, we could continue to be as close in the novitiate as we are right now. Second letter. 15 years have passed and a lot of my wishes have come true. Sarah and I are now living together, but with the craftsman instead of in the temple quarters. It has been 5 years since I completed the holy trial. Despite what I had originally planned, I have decided against the military path and will be a school teacher instead. Why? Because I believe that I can reach a lot more people by sharing my vision with the young rather than fighting in wars. Such things might sometimes be necessary, but they stand for everything that I stand against. Beyond that, the Truchessa has recently adopted the food bank bill, which Sarah and I developed together. Twice a year, rich Enderalians are obliged to contribute a handful of pennies into the chest, with which the poorest in the Undercity are brought a warm meal. The reactions were mixed. Some agreed almost enthusiastically, while others were outraged. Often I would hear things like, "Is their own fault that they live in misfortune?" or, "If they would actually work, they wouldn't starve." Such people make me furious. What cursed ignorance this is. Of course it's easy for them to see the sky from the top of their ivory towers, but they will never understand the plight of the poor. Despite how angry this letter might seem, I'm quite content overall. I'm starting to feel as if I have a purpose, that I'm moving in the right direction, and my happiness is due in no small part to the woman who has always stayed by my side, thoughtful throughout all these years. It's strange. I know you will probably never read these pages, just as I might never see one of your letters, but still, I have the feeling as I'm writing these words that I'm talking to you through the ink. With that in mind, I love you, Sarah. Third letter. Sarah is dead, killed by a group of scoundrels as she was delivering food for the food bank in the Undercity. How quickly these words have been written down, but how can I express this anguish, this emptiness, even remotely? It sounds so absurd. I'm talking to a piece of paper because no one else wants to listen to me, nor could they even remotely understand what this means to me. Sarah always told me that these letters would give me strength, but they don't. These lines appear unfamiliar to me. Everything feels wrong. I feel wrong as I get up in the morning. I feel wrong when the sun hides behind the cloudy sky at noon. And I feel wrong as I lie alone in this big bed in the evening. Malthus judges suicide to be a sin, since every one of us has a purpose in life to fulfill. But could this really be my purpose? I might have 30 winters left at most, depending on whether or not an illness snatches me away, and behind me I can see nothing but failed dreams. Our damned food bank has led to downright wars at the banquets of the Undercity, the rich trying to weasel their way out of making payments as much as they can, and in front of me I can see nothing but fog. That seems most fitting. Tell me, Malthus, is this really my path, and is this really my purpose? To be a failure whose fate it is to die alone? My thoughts are chaotic, and I'm tired. I don't want to keep riding. That's pretty sad. Well, I guess I better get this up to Jesper.